Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Guys, I would like to greet you with Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum. May Allah shower His countless blessings upon you. It's chapter 4 and it's about parts of speech. In previous discussions of the book 1 of High School English Grammar and Composition by Wren and Martin, we came to know that sentences can be classified into 4 groups, and this classification is based upon the work a sentence does in speech or in writing, the function it performs in linguistic interaction or in a written text. We also came to know that words are building blocks of the sentences. They are building blocks for the sentences. And just like sentences, these words also perform certain functions. They do certain works in a sentence. And they also combine with each other according to some syntactic rules. Just like sentences, words are classified into 8 groups. And this classification is based upon the work which a word does in a sentence. These 8 groups or 8 classes of words are called parts of speech. Now we are going to discuss each class, each group one by one. Let me read it out. Let me read out the list of the parts of speech. There are 8 in number: noun, adjective, pronoun, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. It is a brief introduction to these parts of speech in this lecture. In the subsequent lectures, we would discuss each part of speech in detail. This is a brief introduction of each part of speech. So first of all, it's noun. What is a noun? To answer this question, we need to look at the example sentences. The first sentence is Akbar was a great king. Look at the highlighted words Akbar and king. Both these words indicate a person. Second statement, Kolkata or Kolkata is on the Holi. Look at the highlighted word Kolkata. It indicates a place. The rose smells sweet. The highlighted word rose indicates a thing that we can feel by our sense of smell, by our sense of touch, and by our sense of sight. The sun shines brightly. Look at the highlighted word sun. This word indicates a thing, and this thing can be felt. The sun shines brightly. Look at the highlighted word sun. This word indicates a thing, and this thing can be felt. The sun shines brightly. Look at the highlighted word sun. This word indicates a thing, and this thing can be felt. The sun shines brightly. Look at the highlighted word sun. This word indicates a thing, with the sense of sight. Again, his courage won him honor. Look at the highlighted words courage. Courage is a thing, honor is also a thing. But can we feel these things with our five senses? The answer is no. We cannot feel courage with any one of our five senses. Similarly, we cannot feel honor with any one of our five senses. We can only think about these things in our mind, but we cannot feel them with our five senses. So it means that things are of two types things that we can feel and things that we cannot feel. We can only think about those things. So we saw that words indicate people, words also indicate places, and words indicate things, both which can be felt and which cannot be felt. They can only be imagined, we can only think about them. So Akbar and king, since these two words indicate a person, they are called nouns. A word that indicates a person, a word that indicates a place, and a word that indicates a thing is a noun. Akbar and king both indicate persons, so they are nouns. Kolkata indicates a place, so they are nouns. These words are actually naming words. Some words name persons, some words name places, and some words name things. All the words, all the naming words in a language, whether they name a person or a place or a thing, they are classified with nouns. They are called nouns. And after nouns comes the second part of speech that we call an adjective. I want to point out a pronunciation point here. This word adjective is commonly mispronounced as adjective because there is an alphabet D present in the spelling and it suggests a sound D in the pronunciation. But this sound is not pronounced by the native speakers. They keep it on mute. The sound is silent, although it is suggested by the alphabet. So native speakers pronounce this word as adjective. It is not adjective. There are some other words which begin with the same A, D, J sequence, like I am going to pronounce these words twice. First will be a mispronunciation, and the second will be a correct pronunciation. Just to draw your attention toward the examples, these are the words I'm talking about. Like adjective, all of these words begin with A, D, J. So the first pronunciation is a mispronunciation. The second will be a correct pronunciation. Adjacent, adjacent, adjoin, adjoin, adjourn, adjourn, adjudge, adjudge, adjudicate, adjudicate, adjure, adjure, adjust, adjust, adjustment, adjustment, adjutant, adjutant, adjunct, adjunct, adjective, adjective. So I hope that you guys will unlearn the mispronunciations and will use the new correct pronunciation from now onwards. Back to the part of speech, an adjective. What is an adjective? To answer this question, we need to look at uh, the example sentences. He is a brave boy. Boy is a naming word because this word boy is naming a person. And we know that a naming word is a noun. Boy is meaningful, it has a meaning. But when we attach the word brave, which has been highlighted, when we attach this word with the noun boy, it becomes more meaningful. This attachment has added more meaning to the noun boy. Look at the second example. There are 20 boys in this class. Boys, again, is a naming word. It's a noun in plural form and it is meaningful. It has a meaning. But when we attach 20 with it, it becomes more meaningful. More meaning is being added to the noun boys. Similarly, in the same sentence, class is a noun. It's a naming word and it has a meaning. But when we attach this with it, more meaning is added to this noun. It becomes more meaningful. So, in these example sentences, brave, 20, and this, the highlighted words are adding more meaning to the nouns which follow these words. All the words which add meaning to the nouns which follow them are called adjectives. Brave, 20, this are adjectives. After adjective comes the pronoun. What is a pronoun? To answer this question, we need to look at the example sentence. John is absent because John is ill. No, John is absent because he is ill. The highlighted word he has been used in the place of John. We can say it has been used instead of John, which is a noun. And the second statement, the books are where you left them. Them, which has been highlighted, has been used in the place of books. It has been used instead of books. So both he and them have been used instead of nouns. Words which are used instead of nouns are classified as pronouns. They are called pronouns. After the pronouns come the verb. What is a verb? To answer this question, we need to look at the example sentences. The girl wrote a letter to her cousin. Look at this sentence. There is only one word in this sentence that indicates an action, and that word is wrote. Wrote indicates an action. None of the other words in this sentence indicate action. Now look at the second example. Kolkata is a big city. Is, which has been highlighted, indicates state. It indicates condition. Condition of Kolkata. State, like a state of mind, like a state of emergency, like the current state of knowledge. It means condition of mind, condition of emergency, the current condition of knowledge. So, Kolkata is a big city. Is indicates condition or the state of Kolkata. Look at the third sentence. Iron and copper are useful metals. Again, I want to point out a pronunciation point. This word iron is commonly pronounced as iron because there is an alphabet R present in the spelling and it suggests erratic sound. But the native speakers do not pronounce this erratic sound and they keep it on mute. They pronounce this word as iron. So the pronunciation of iron, I-O-N, which is a particle, which is a kind of atom, and the pronunciation of I-R-O-N are exactly identical. Iron and copper are useful metals. R has been highlighted. This word indicates the state of iron and copper. Words which indicate action and words which indicate state or condition of things are called verbs. They are classified with verbs. Wrote, is, and are in these sentences are verbs. After the verbs come an adverb. What is an adverb? To answer this question, we need to look at following examples. He worked the sum quickly. There is one word in the sentence that indicates an action, and that word is worked. That word is worked. He worked the sum quickly. Now, quickly is adding meaning to this action worked. It is telling us that how the action indicated by worked had been done. The action had been performed quickly. It means that the word quickly is adding meaning to the action word worked, which is a verb. Now look at the second statement. This flower is very beautiful. Flower is a noun. It's a naming word. So it's a noun. Beautiful is adding meaning to flower. So beautiful is an adjective. It is adding more meaning to flower. Very is telling us the degree of the beauty present in flower. So it is adding meaning to the adjective beautiful. Look at the third statement. She pronounced the word quite correctly. One word indicates an action, and that word is pronounced. How did she pronounce the word? Correctly. It means that correctly is adding more meaning to the verb pronounced. So correctly is an adverb. This highlighted word quiet is adding more meaning to the adverb correctly and is telling us the degree of correctness. It is adding more meaning to the adverb correctly. Words which add meaning to verbs and words which add meaning to adjectives and words which add meaning to other adverbs. They are called adverbs. Quickly adding meaning to worked is an adverb. Very adding meaning to an adjective. Beautiful is an adverb. Quiet adding meaning to the adverb correctly is an adverb. And after adverb comes the preposition. What is a preposition? To answer this question, we again need to look at the example sentences. There is a cow in the garden. You see, cow is a noun and garden is also a noun. Both of these words are indicating things, cow and garden. Now, a cow and garden, two nouns, they are in relationship with each other. And that relationship is being indicated by the word in, which has been highlighted. It indicates the relationship between a cow and the garden. Look at the second statement. The girl is fond of music. Girl is a noun and music is also a noun. So there is a relationship between the girl and the music, and that relationship is indicated by the word of. Again, I want to point out a pronunciation point. For the majority of the foreign students of English language, the learners, they pronounce this word as of. F sound at the end of this word. Native speakers pronounce this word as of, while OFF is pronounced as of. Look at the third example. A fair little girl sat under a tree. Now, girl is a noun and tree is a noun, and under indicates a relationship between girl and tree. So, by definition, all the words which indicate a relationship between nouns and between pronouns are called prepositions. In, of, under are prepositions. After the preposition comes the conjunction. Many of my students pronounce this word as conjunction. Very funny. This word is pronounced as conjunction. What is a conjunction? Look at the example sentences. Rama and Hari are cousins. The highlighted word and is joining two words, Rama and Hari. 2 and 2 make 4. The highlighted word and is joining 2 and again 2 words. I ran fast but missed the train. The highlighted word but is joining two statements. First statement, I ran fast. Second statement, I missed the train. Both the statements have been joined by this highlighted word but. All the words which join words and all the words that join sentences are classified with conjunctions. They are called conjunctions. And after the conjunctions come the interjection. What is an interjection? Look at the example sentence. Alas, she is dead. The highlighted word alas indicates sudden feelings of sorrow and sadness. Look at this sentence. Hurrah or hooray, we have won the game. Hurrah indicates a sudden, strong feeling of delight, pleasure, and excitement. Words which are used to express sudden and strong feelings of sorrow and pleasure and pain and surprise are classified with interjections. They are called interjections. Some other examples of this kind of words are uh, these. Oh, look out. Oh, and many more such interjections can be supplied. Now look at these highlighted words under determinants. A and the, this, that, these, those, every, each, some, any, my, his, one, two. When these words are attached with a noun, they in one way or the other influence the meaning of the noun. For example, boy has a meaning, but when we say this boy, the meaning is determined, the meaning is influenced. So all these words are, since they determine the meaning of the noun which follows these words, these are called determinants because they delimit or they determine the meaning of the noun. But in this book, High School English Grammar and Composition by Wren and Martin, they have been classified with adjectives because they influence the meaning of the noun, and words which influence the meaning of the noun, which add meaning to the noun, more meaning to the noun, are called adjectives. Now, another point which I need to point out here, that words are classified according to the work they do in a sentence, and words perform different functions and they do different works and different contexts. In order to understand this concept, look at these example sentences here. They arrived soon after. Arrived is an action. This word arrived indicates an action. And this word soon is adding more meaning to the verb arrived. When did they arrive? They arrived soon. So soon is adding more meaning to the verb arrived. So by definition, Soon is an adverb. A word which adds more meaning to a verb is called an adverb. Soon is an adverb. After. This word after is adding more meaning to this adverb soon. How soon did they arrive? The answer is soon after. This after is adding more meaning to the adverb soon. And we know that a word which adds meaning to another adverb is called an adverb. So in this statement, after does the work of an adverb. It qualifies another adverb. Now look at the second statement. They arrived after us. No. They performed an action indicated by arrived. Us also performed an action indicated by arrived. But there is a sequential relationship between they and us. And this sequential relationship between these two pronouns is being indicated by after. So after indicating a relationship between two pronouns is a preposition. Look at the third statement. They arrived after we had left. So these are two statements. They arrived, full stop. We had left, full stop. Both these statements have been joined by this highlighted word after. So in this statement, it is a conjunction. So you see, same word is doing a different function in different context. In the first statement, after is doing the work of an adverb. In the second, it is doing the work of a preposition. In the third, it is doing the work of a conjunction. So in this context, it is an adverb. In the second statement, which is a different context, it is a preposition. Third statement, which is a different context, it is used as a conjunction. And now the exercise in grammar 2. Some words have been highlighted in these statements, and we are supposed to tell what part of speech they are. So first of all, we need to specify the work that these words are doing in each sentence. The first statement, still waters run deep. Waters is a noun. Waters is a naming word, it's a noun. And still is adding more meaning to this noun, waters. So in this statement, still is doing the work of an adjective. It is an adjective. Second statement, he still lives in that house. Lives is an action word. It indicates an action. It is a verb. Still is adding more meaning to this verb. So in this statement, still is doing the work of an adverb. It is adding more meaning to the verb lives. Third statement, after the storm comes the calm. Storm is a noun and calm is also a noun, and a sequential relationship between the two is being indicated by the word after. So since it indicates a relationship between two nouns, storm and calm, it is a preposition. Fourth statement, the after effects of the drug are bad. Effects is a noun in plural form. After is adding more meaning to this noun in plural form. So after is an adjective here. Fifth statement, the up train is late. Train is a noun. Up is adding more meaning to train. So up is an adjective. It weighs about a pound. There is only one word in the statement that indicates an action, and that word is weighs. A word which indicates an action is called a verb. Weighs is a verb in the statement. 7. He told us all about the battle. Now, all is a pronoun. All is a pronoun, and battle is also a noun. So, a relationship between a pronoun and a noun is being pointed out by the word about. So, in this statement, it does the work of a preposition. It is a preposition. He was only a yard off me. Yard is a noun. It's a British unit of measurement. It's equal to 36 inches. And I have noted, I want to bring it into your knowledge. It's a very interesting idiom. Give somebody an inch and they will take a yard. The word yard used idiomatically. Give somebody an inch and they will take a yard. That it means that if you allow somebody a small amount of freedom or a small amount of power, they will see you as weak and they would try to grab more freedom and more power. So, back to our statement number 8. He was only a yard off me. Yard is a noun and me is a pronoun. So, relationship between a noun and a pronoun is being pointed out by this highlighted word off. So, it is a preposition. 9. Suddenly one of the wheels came off. When something comes off, it means that something has been removed. It has been removed. Suddenly one of the wheels came off. So off is adding meaning to the action indicated by came. Came is a verb. Came is a verb, and off is adding more meaning to this verb came. So off is doing the work of an adverb in the statement. Mohammedans fast in the month of Ramadan. Mohammedans is an obsolete term used for Muslims. It is no more used in modern English. It is, if now used, it will be used as a derogatory term and will be felt as offensive. Mohammedans fast in the month of Ramadan. So there is only one word in the sentence that indicates an action, and that action is indicated by fast. And a word that indicates an action is classified as a verb. Fast is a verb in this statement. He kept the fast for a week. Now, here, fast indicates a thing. He kept the fast for a week. Fast indicates a thing. Of course, it is something that we cannot feel with our senses. It's something that we can only think about. So, it is the name of a thing. Fast is naming a thing. So, fast is a noun. He is on the committee. He is a pronoun and committee is also a noun. So there is a relationship between he and committee, and that relationship is pointed out by this highlighted word on. It is a preposition. Let us move on. Now, this highlighted word on adding more meaning to this verb move. Move on. More meaning is being added to move. So on is an adverb in this context. Sit down and rest a while. While is an adverb. Why? Because it is adding more meaning to rest. Rest and rest a while. More meaning is added to rest. So it is an adverb. I will watch while you sleep. It has been used as a conjunction because there are two statements which are being joined by this while. They while away their evenings with books and games. Here, the highlighted word while uh, is being used as an action word. It indicates an action. While away their evenings, they spend their evenings with books and games. So while is an action word, so it is a verb. In this context, while does the work of a verb. I hope today's lecture will be useful for the students of linguistics. I again want to point out that the study of Wren and Martin will enable students to understand, to have a better understanding of syntax and morphology. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz. May Allah protect you.